Okay, all my micas are mixed up. I'm going to blend my oils, water, clay, and sodium lactate. I've got basically two different kinds of orange, two different kinds of purple, and some white, just to represent the patchouli and the orange. So I'm going to soak at about 75 degrees. Hoping this stays nice and fluid, because I want some nice drop swirls. We'll just blend it to emulsification, also knowing that I'm going to be blending quite a bit more. Alright, so let's get things poured into my small amounts first. I find that's the safest thing for me to do. And I want more white than anything else. It just seems to fit. Okay, good. I had one more standby container just in case things got too full. Fragrance is still waiting to be added. Add my TD, and I want this orange to be a little lighter. So let me do just a tiny bit of stirring before I add the fragrance. I love the combination of orange and patchouli. Not everybody likes patchouli, but I've come to really like it, and especially if it's combined with something that's just perfect like orange, I like it even more. Okay, so let's blend everything. And I had to make the orange brighter than I want in the final soap because it does fade. And that purple needs a little help. And once again I use the frother because for these small amounts the blender doesn't even fit in the cup. Things are behaving. No rush, so I can use my spatula and stir things up, but it is thickening, so let's get this in there. Put a bit of white. I think it's still wise to stir these. Purple drop swirl. I want to follow each light color with its darker color. And go back with the white. It's funny how you rediscover old favorite types of swirls. For me, it's been going back to the drop swirls. It's just a great, easy swirl to do if you have a liquid batter. And I'm pouring from about a foot, maybe a foot and a half above the mold when I pour, followed by my deeper orange. And repeat with the white. Getting my white poured closer to the surface so it lingers on top and save some more for the top. I love these colors together. So it's pretty good bet that your color scheme will work out if you use two different colors and you have a tint of one color and a darker, more saturated color with that. It should coordinate pretty nicely. And a tint just means that you've added some white to it. Okay, I gotta figure out what I want to do with this top. I think I'll do a bit of a texture, but keep the peaks low, just because there's not much line work actually that would make a interesting, like, chopstick swirl up on top. Just trying to space the little waves of soap evenly. Can't do too much of this, otherwise the colors will start to mix too much. So I'll call it quits. Clean up the sides. Clean up the mold. And to glitter or not to glitter? I think a wee bit of glitter. Brings up the highlights. And then we'll bring you back for the cut. Okay, let's take a look at what happened inside. Curious about those drop swirls. Let's get the end off there first. I like the end pieces. Oh. Oh, I love that. I really made this lighter on the patchouli, but you can definitely smell it for those that are really not too happy with patchouli fragrances. But it really combines well with orange. Top. Wow. I like that little light orange glob surrounded by purple. So I'm really happy that I made the orange strong enough to survive that saponification, because sometimes it fades to sometimes almost nothing. But I wanted both to be really orange, the light and the deeper one. It has a real texture-like effect with it because of the really slight glycerin rivers that happened with the white, but it just really added a texture-like look to this. It's one of the reasons why I like drop swirls so much, is that you really never know how it's gonna turn out, especially with one color pushing into the other. What I don't notice as much of is the differentiation between the two purples. Except for I can tell that this one is the darker one. And I only wanted that in limited amounts of places on the soap just because I wanted it as a almost imperceptible accent. You would really notice if that darker purple wasn't there. Can you pick out the dark purple areas? It really helps to make the design more sharp. Whoa, this has been quite a ride as I get closer and closer to my last soap before moving out of the country. And I'm taking enough of my soap equipment with me so that perhaps one day I will start up again. But there's a lot of resettling that needs to be done before that. And I really want to get back to painting, but I'm going to keep my Vibrant Soap channel open so that I can at least share my adventures and whatever creative ventures I will get into. It's got to be something because I have to create. So the store is going to remain open for a short while before I have to close that up. It's kind of bittersweet to say goodbye to soaping, so I don't think it's going to be a total goodbye, but just a break from it. Last cut. You can follow me on Instagram too, because I'm going to continue to share my creative expression there and share my adventures and travel. And thanks for everything, and I'm signing out right now. I'm not sure if I have another soap after this one, but I think I will. And we'll see you next time. Okay, bye everybody.